and it removed you. Huh. All right, that was weird. Okay. Everybody see my screen? Give me a nod. Okay, good. Okay, so the first thing we are going to do is we are going to make a copy. File. Make a copy. Okay. Now, in the instructions, it will tell you what it wants you to title the document. It will be your last name, dash, period, dash, title of the assignment. So Google Sheet Exploration. Okay. And then click OK. Now you have your own sheet. Nobody can mess with it unless you allow them to by sharing it with them. Okay. Anytime I give you a Google document of any sort, so a sheet, a slide deck, a document, make your own copy. Otherwise, you are going to start adjusting my copy. Okay. Now, going over to the instructions, we make a copy. Good. Okay. Now it's going to tell us, number 2, format cell B1 to wrap text. Okay. All columns are letters. All rows are numbers. So think of Battleship. You're going to go to section B1 and click on that box. Now there's a couple of ways we can make it wrap text. You can go to Format, Text Wrapping, and then it has Overflow, which is what it does now. So if the text is longer or larger than the box, it's just going to keep going over to the next box. You can wrap the text, or you can clip it. So it'll just cut it off and it won't adjust the size. So we're going to go to Wrap Text, and that adjusts the text box for you. Okay. The other way that we can adjust the size or to wrap the text is in our toolbar up here on the top of our document. There is the horizontal alignment, vertical alignment, and text wrapping. You can click that drop down arrow. The first one is overflow. The middle is wrap. The last one is clip. Okay, so there are 2 ways that you can tell it to wrap your text box. Okay. Any questions with wrapping? Okay, good. Next, we are going to change the values in column B to the following. So all the Y's will become a 1. All the N's will become a 2. Okay. Now, we're not going to click box by box by box to do this. Go to Edit. Find and Replace. And click there. Okay, you should have a box come up on your screen. Okay. Now, under Find, we are going to put Y. It does not matter if the case is capital or not. Okay. And we wanted to replace the Y's with the number 1. Okay. Now, under Search, it says All Sheets. So if we were to click Find and Replace right now, anywhere it found a Y, it would change it to a 1, even if it was in part of one of these words. Okay. So what we're going to do is click on that box, and we get 3 options here. We're going to go to Specific Range. Okay. Now that should bring up another box right next to us that I am circling here, where it says Sheet 1 exclamation B1. Okay. We're going to click on the box over here on the right that says Select Data Range. Okay. Now I'm going to go and highlight column B from cell 2 all the way down to cell 32. And click OK. Now what's going to happen is when we say replace all, it will take all of the Y's and change it to a 1. So go ahead and click replace all. And you should see over there in our chart, or in our data table here, that all of our Y's are now a 1. Did you all get that to work? Good. Okay. So now I want you to do the ends to a 2 by yourself. So you're going to find n, replace with a 2, and replace all. Okay. N, 2, replace all. Okay. Did that work for everybody? Okay. Now you can go ahead and click done. Okay. We are all done with that piece. Okay. Now we're going to go to step 4 here. We are going to set up a table in cells E2 through E8 and F2 through F8. So I'm going to go over here to call it E and F. And I'm going to select the cells by clicking and dragging from E2 to F2 all the way down to 8. Okay. Now I wanted to have it show me all the boxes. So I am going to add borders. If you come up to your little toolbox up here, you have the little paint bucket that is half filled. And next to that, you have the one larger square with 4 little squares inside of it. That is your borders box. So go ahead and click on that icon. And then these are the different options you have. If you want it to give you some borders, all borders, okay? We are going to select all borders, and you should have this table show up. Giovanni and Kyle, I see you guys are not muted. Are you guys, do you have questions or anything?
Oh, my bad.
No worries, no worries. And Giovanni muted too. Okay, good. Okay, so that's us starting to form a table. Okay. Now, the next step. In cell E2, enter the title, question to be answered. So I'm going to type in this box, question to be answered. Okay. And again, you can see that it is going to keep going. So I'm going to wrap this text so that it stays within one box. Okay. Now in the instructions, it also tells us to make this a black background with white text. So I'm going to have this box highlighted. I'm going to go up to the paint bucket here. That is our fill color. You're going to click on that paint bucket and select black. Now it looks as though your text has disappeared. That's because it is the same color. So now over here I have the capital A with the black bar underneath it. I'm going to select that and select the color white. So now my writing shows up again. Okay. Now I want you to do the same thing for box F2, but instead of typing question to be answered, type quantity. And make it a black background with white text. Okay. Give me a thumbs up when you guys have that done. There you go. A couple of thumbs ups there.
Wait, Mr. Q,
Yes.
how do you do step 3? I was like late to that part. I got 4, but I still know to change the Y to 1 and into 2.
Okay. So click edit right
Okay.
next to file.
Yeah.
Okay. Find and replace.
Okay.
Okay. Find
Uh,
Y. Replace with
uh,
1.
and then
Okay.
select the.
So then in search, you have to go to specific range and then highlight the boxes.
All right, I got it. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Any other questions? No? Okay. Next, what we are going to do is we are going to insert title or the questions over here in column E. So what I would like you to do, are you guys all familiar with modifying text, making it bold, underlined, and those types of things? Okay. What I would like you to do is I would like you to go ahead and try to do them on your own first, and then I will come through and do it with you. Okay, so go ahead and try to do them on your own first. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started here. In E3, I'm putting total females, and I'm making it bold so I can use the bold option here, or I can go to format and bold. Total males. Going to either, well, again, it's not under, no underline up here. So now I'm going to go to format underline. Total number of people interested in the health field. Going to wrap this text. And I'm going to make it italic. Total number of people not interested in the health field. Again, wrap my text. And this time I am centering the writing. So I'm going to go over here to horizontal alignment in my toolbar and click center. For E7, number of females interested in the health field. Wrap my text, and I'm going to right justify. So what that means, do you guys all know what right justify means? Okay, so centering is where you put it in the middle. Left justify is what you normally use. All of the words line up on the left side. So now what you're going to do is you're going to adjust and make it line up on the right side. So where you go to center a document, go to where it says right and click right. That would be a right justify is what I have here. Okay. Number of males interested in the health field. And wrap. Okay. Are you guys on to E8 where you're putting the number of males interested in the health field? We got one person nodding. Thank you, McKenna. Anybody else? Okay. In order to see how it really works, I want you to make that box a little bit bigger. Do you know how to make a box bigger or a row bigger? Yes, no, I don't know. Okay, so in order to make a box bigger, go over to the row where the numbers are and go to the 8. Now scroll down, and just before you get to 9, your cursor should split, and you should get an arrow that points up and an arrow that points down. Do you see that? Okay. Once you get that, click and drag and adjust the size to where you want it. Okay. Now what you're going to do is you're going to go click on box E8, and right next to where you centered your text, there's the little arrow with the line underneath it. That means you have adjusted your vertical alignment to the bottom of the box. So what I want you to do is click on that icon and put it to the top of the box so that the words all shift up. Okay. Now you should have a blank space down below your box, or down at the bottom of your box for that cell. Everybody got that? Okay. So everybody's table looks similar, if not identical, to this. Yes? Okay.
Wait,
Now we're
dude,
going to get into a little bit of a tricky part. Angel, you got a question?
yeah, how do we make the box big again?
Okay.
Like bigger?
Go over to the numbers on the far left side where it's counting the rows. And go to the number 8. That's the box that we're working in. As you scroll down, your cursor is going to change, and it's going to become an arrow pointing up and an arrow pointing down. At that point, click and drag, and you should have a blue line come up that shows you where you're going to move the bottom of your box to. Did that work?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
All right, thank you.
Okay. This part gets tricky. If you do not do it exactly right, it's going to come up with an error message. Okay. So Google Sheets will do a lot of things for you if you know how to program, okay, or do what's called coding. Okay. So what we're going to do is we are going to have Google count for us. In order to have them do this, we are going to hit the equal sign. And in all capitals, we're going to say count if, parenthesis. Okay. After I type in the entire function, I will copy it into the chat. Okay. So now Google expects to do something for you. It is going to count if it finds something. Okay. So the first thing I need to tell it is where I want it to count. So I want it to count from box A2 all the way down to A32. Okay, so I just highlighted those boxes. After I highlight them, I'm going to hit comma. Now I'm going to tell it what to count. So I'm going to put a quotation mark, capital F, quotation mark, parenthesis. Okay, now I'm going to hit enter. So it has counted if the response was female. Again, I'm going to copy and paste this into the Google chat in our Google meeting over here so that you can see it. Okay, so there it is. So Google is going to do all the work for me so that I don't have to sit here and go 1 female, 2 female, 3 females, 4, 5. It's a lot faster to have Google do it for me. Okay. Does everybody come up with the number 18? Good. Okay. So now I want you to try that again with the males. Okay. So you're going to do equal sign, count if, parenthesis, the cells, and an M instead of an F. Okay. So here we go. Equal, count if, parenthesis, highlight the cells that I want, comma, quotation mark, capital M, quotation mark, parenthesis. And I come up with the number 13. Okay. Did you get those numbers? Good. Huh? Now I want you to try the next two on your own again. So you're going to count the total number of people interested in the health field. So instead of highlighting column A, you're going to highlight column B. And instead of finding a male or a female, you're going to count the number of ones that we have. Okay? So go ahead and try to do the next two on your own. Do not do the last two on your own. That is going to get trickier. So I will have to make it, I'll have to show you that. Did you guys get those? Okay, so did you guys come up with 17 and 14? Yeah? Good. Okay. Now, are you guys all done with that? Okay. So now we're going to add another layer on here. Okay. We are going to ask Google to count for us if it is a female who is also interested in the health field. So instead of one count if, we are going to do count ifs. So we're going to add an S. So it's going to be equal sign, count ifs. Okay. Again, I will copy and paste this in the Google chat so that you guys can see it once it's all done. Okay. I'm going to do parenthesis. I'm going to highlight column A, comma, quotation, F, quotation. Okay. At this point, it is the same exact thing that we just did, but now it's going to change. Instead of a parenthesis, I'm going to hit another comma. Okay. So now I've told it count, yes, females over here, but now I'm going to highlight this B column and hit comma, quotation mark, 1, quotation mark, parenthesis. Okay. So now the only things it is going to count is if it's a female and they are interested. Now I will hit enter. Okay. I'm going to copy and paste this into the Google chat over here for you. Okay. So that's what your equation should look like in cell F7. Okay. And you should come out with a number of 12. Did you all get 12? Tiffany, you got a question?
No.
No? Okay. Did you all get 12 there? Excellent. Okay. So now what I want you guys to do is do the same thing, but count males. So instead of the number one, or excuse me, instead of female, you're going to count male. Okay. And you should come up with 5. One way to double check and make sure that it's all working is you also have the total number of people interested in the health field up here at 17. So your last 2 boxes should equal your previous box up top. Does everybody have their numbers matching mine? AJ, is that a question?
Yeah, I got 8, and I did it like exactly how.
Okay, copy and paste your function in the chat. Let me see. All right, sorry. AJ, did you put it in?
Yeah.
Or the other thing, you could share your assignment with me.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wrong thing. I don't want to open that.
All right, I just shared it with you.
Yeah, I got it. Okay, so I'm pulling it up over here. You counted no's. So you counted the number of males that are not interested. So your 2 here should be a 1. You see what I'm talking about? Good. There you go. Okay. All right. Good. Any other questions? Okay. Are you guys comfortable with making different types of graphs in Google Sheets and adjusting them? Okay. That's what we are going to be doing next. So what I want you to do is you're going to click over here in box J5.
Mr. Q.
Yeah, what's up, RJ?
What was the number in the last box?
You should have had a 5
A 5.
come out as your answer.
Okay. Thank you.
Uh-huh. Okay, so you're going to click over here in box J5, and we're going to insert a chart. Okay, there's one of two ways to do this. You can go up to insert chart, or you can go over here to you have the little link. It looks like a chain, the black box with the plus sign, and then there's a little chart there. That is an insert chart icon. Okay. So if you click that without having anything highlighted, you should get a chart that shows up that says no data. Okay. That is what we are looking for. Okay. Now, you have your chart editor that starts over here on the right-hand side. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to go down to chart type, and we're going to click that drop-down menu. Okay. These are all the different kinds of charts that Google can make for you. Right now, we're going to pick a pie chart. Okay. Once you do that, your value square should come up as a big red square. Okay. So we're going to add value. So we're going to click on that box where it says add value. What are we graphing right now? We are graphing the number of males versus the number of females in class. So I'm going to highlight the top two boxes. Boxes F3 and F4. Now I'm going to click OK. Now I should have a box, or in my chart, I should have a circle with two colors, correct? Yes, no, maybe, yes. Okay, good. Now what I'm going to do is I can go to add label. And again, I'm going to click on the little black box over here that is select a data range. Okay. Now I'm going to select total females and total males. What it's going to do is it is going to make labels out of whatever I select. Okay, so I will click OK. Now my chart has labels, so I know what blue is and what red is. Okay. Any questions here so far? Yes, AJ.
Can you go back past that last step where you had to highlight the total males and number of people? Oh wait, no, wait. Yeah, did you get a chart that said quantity? It said number of males, number of females, total people.
So you should not have highlighted the quantity box. So do you have two colors or three colors up?
I have two colors in one and like 6 colors in another one. I have no clue how that got there. Because you said you went to label, right? Or
So how did you get the second? Okay, so when you created your chart, did you have all of those boxes highlighted?
No. No, I have the chart where it's just the blue and red.
Yes, but your other one that has your other one, I'm on your document right now. The other one that has this quantity title. When did you make that one?
I don't know. I highlighted total females and total males because I thought that's what you did when you went into quantity.
Okay, so I'm gonna delete this chart because what happened is when you created a chart, you had all of those boxes highlighted, and so it did it for you.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so just work on this one over here, and that's gonna be what we're doing.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so if you guys go and insert chart with those boxes already highlighted for you, it'll do it for you, and then you just have to adjust it. I'm just showing you how to do it from the very beginning. Okay. Okay, so AJ, to get the labels there, you're gonna go to add label. You should have a little box that pops up, and on the right-hand side, you should have a select data range option. Click on that option, and then highlight the boxes you wanted to use as labels, and click OK. Okay. Does everybody's chart look like mine? Okay. Now, at the very top, you have Setup and Customize. Click Customize. Okay, hold on one second. I'm getting another call from the office. Got to make sure it's not. Okay, so now we're under Customize. And this is where we get to make the graph or the chart look however we want to. Okay, so go ahead and click on Chart Style. What this is going to do is this is going to allow you to make the big picture look different. So background color, I can change it to yellow. So I'm looking at the whole box here. I can make it green. I could do whatever I want. I could put none, and so it has a clear background. Okay. I would suggest at this point, leave it white. Why is it? There it goes. Okay. Okay. Now, the other thing we can do is we can make it 3D if we want to. Just for a different look. Okay. You can maximize it. So you can make it as large as you want, as you can in that square. So it took out those little bars. Okay. When you do that, it makes the legend for you. Okay. So you can click those options if you wish to. Now go ahead and close the chart style and open up pie chart. Okay. In pie chart, you can adjust a couple of different things. If you want it to be a donut chart instead of a pie chart, you can add a hole to the beginning, or to the middle, excuse me. Okay. And you can change the size of that hole. Okay. Slice label. So here it gives me a legend that says blue is total females and red is total males, but it doesn't let me know how much they are or what the value is. Okay. So I'm going to click on slice label and I'm going to put value. Now that shows me that I have 18 females and 13 males. So this is making your chart much more understandable. Okay. Now we can also change the way the font looks. I can change the font color. I can do many different things with this. Okay. I can change the size of the font, make it easier to read. Okay. I can even change the font if I wanted to. Any questions there? Okay, good. Now let's go to pie slice. Okay. So we are in pie chart. Now I'll go to pie slice. Okay. Here is where I can change colors again of the actual slice itself. So right now I'm working on the total females slice. I can make it gold, I guess that color would be called. Okay. I can make that piece separate itself. So now I get a little bit of a division to show that it is a bigger chunk. I can make it really separate itself and come way off to the side over there. Okay. Again, this is all stylistic. This is to make it look different in the way you want it to. Okay. Now, where it says total females here, I can click there and now I can adjust the other side. So now I can adjust the male side and have it be maroon, I guess would the color be. Okay. I can again move this piece way off to the side if I wanted to. Okay? This is all just playing with it right now. Any questions with moving your slices pieces? Okay, good. Chart axes and axis titles. Sorry, chart and axis titles. Anytime you have a chart in a lab write-up, your title needs to be very specific as to what you are presenting. So in this case, the total number of males, I added an E to total there, versus females in sports medicine. Okay? Why is it not showing up? Where's my title? Well, that's funky. Did that show up for everybody else? Ah, weird. Okay. Well, mine should have shown up, but there you go. Okay. And again, you can adjust what it looks like, bold, italic, center, wherever you want it to do. Okay. So go ahead and add a chart title to your pie graph. Okay. The last piece here is the legend. The legend is down here at the bottom, and it tells you what the different pieces are. So you can move it around. You can make it bold. This is just messing with these little indicators up here on the top. Okay. Go to auto. Okay. Now, what I would like you guys to do is I want you to do the next step by yourself. Okay. And the next step is to create a bar graph or a column graph, excuse me, of the total number of females interested in the medical field and that should be total number of males. Okay. So don't compare females to females, compare females to males. Okay. Go ahead and do that. I will leave this Google Meet open in case you are to have questions. Okay. So go ahead and start working on the next piece by yourselves.
Mr. Q, it wouldn't let me put a title on the pie chart either.
Okay, I think that's a glitch because normally it just shows right up. So I'm not sure why it's doing that.
Yeah, just want to let you know.
Mr. Q, we're making another pie chart of the other ones?
No, a bar or column.
Bar. Okay.